How's it going, everybody? David Hitch here, House Hitch Gaming. I hope that you had a great and safe 4th of July weekend. And now we continue on with the March to Gen Con 2023, August 3rd through the 6th in Indianapolis, Indiana. As today I go over what I expect to see, what I want to see, and what I know I'm going to see. Just a lot of seeing, a lot of looking, and what to expect at Gen Con 2023. And I got my list here, and I may have stuff that just pops up on the top of my head, but with all that being said, let's get to it. Okay, first off, one of the biggest things this year is that Magic the Gathering is celebrating its 30th anniversary, and what better way to celebrate than to do something big at Gen Con. Now, I know they have the Magic Cons that they've been doing to celebrate Magic's history and anniversary, and they will be having the one over in Barcelona, Spain, the week before Indy. But I would expect that Wizards is going to do something big at Gen Con because that's where they got their start, where Richard Garfield and a few of his friends introduced the game to a few eager gamers, and the realm of TCGs and CCGs was officially born from that point on. So it's going to be interesting to see what Wizard of the Coast does to celebrate Magic the Gathering. Now, they will be sponsoring the cosplay contest this year, so there will be a separate section that includes characters of Magic the Gathering, and they will be sponsoring the prizes and everything. And the way they've been doing prizes recently for the cons, for Magic Cons, has been really good. It's not a Joann's gift card. It's a whole lot better than that. And hopefully they do something like that for this year's Gen Con cosplay contest contestants. Try saying that 3 times fast. But I would like to see them have some sort of a History of Magic display. Now, they did this for Gen Con 50 at the 50-yard line in Lucas Oil Stadium, where they tried to recreate the original location of the first Gen Con gathering. And I'm hoping that they will do something similar to that somewhere in the convention area for Magic the Gathering to go over 30 years of its vast history. Maybe have some of the settings for different planes there. Maybe show some playtest cards from the first part of the game. Who knows? But I hope that they have something there to celebrate Magic's 30th anniversary. There's going to be the Commander Masters release coming out that weekend. They will be doing a plethora of Magic the Gathering games there, but it would be nice to see them take it a step further and have some of the awesome statues and cosplayers and everything from Magic the Gathering at Gen Con. So I'm expecting there to be some sort of big Magic the Gathering presence from Wizards of the Coast, but I guess we'll have to wait a few weeks and find out. Okay, next we're going to talk about Ravensburger Games, specifically Disney, because they got a lot of Disney stuff going on. I expect to see that their booth is going to be mainly Disney-fied, the whole mouse treatment. With Lorcana coming out, they will be doing their very first bracket tournament for Villainous, which I was invited, I was selected to be a part of it. They did a random draw, and I was very fortunate to be one of the participants. And they're like, hey, do you want to be a villain? I'm like, you betcha. I'm a villain in wrestling, and I could be a villain up there at Gen Con. So I get to participate in the very first bracket Villainous tournament, and I cannot wait to do that. And I would expect that Ravensburger will have a major presence in the dealer hall, and they will have a lot of Disney paraphernalia going on. So I expect that it would make it would make a lot of sense to me if they have like a mini Disney World setting at the Ravensburger booth to celebrate these two big things, because Lorcana is going to be a major TCG, and I wonder what the prizes are going to be for the Villainous event, because that's going to be a lot of fun too. When I find out, I'll make sure you do. Okay, next up, I'm expected to be a little bit lost at Gen Con this year. Apparently, over the last year, some changes have happened to the convention center. They redid it. They redid the carpet. A lot of people now be selling like carpet squares and all because they auctioned off pallets of the carpet and everything. And they're redoing a lot of different locations for places. And where I've been used to seeing one thing, it's now going to be an entirely different place. So, for example, the convention, the Gen Con auction, will no longer be right across from the exhibit hall. It's going to be over at the Marriott. So it makes me wonder what other changes there will be for Gen Con's layout. So hopefully I won't get too lost, and I will do a video on Wednesday to go over where stuff's at. And you can see if I get lost or not on that Wednesday. And if you like it, It's going to be a lot of fun because I'm going to be playing like Where's Dave in the middle of Indy. And it's going to be a lot of fun to check that out. But I do expect to basically have that feeling of being up at Gen Con for the first time. And it's got me really excited, and I cannot wait to try it and see if I can actually figure out where everything is without getting turned around in a new version of the convention center. Okay, next, speaking of the convention itself, this will be Gen Con's 20th anniversary at Indianapolis. So I did the math, and it scared me a little bit because I think I've been there at least 15 times. I have been going to Gen Con at least 15 years. On and off because of COVID and other situations. But for the majority of it, I have been going there and participating in the convention, whether it be working or just going as an attendee. And it's going to be an amazing experience to see what they do to celebrate this milestone, because 20 years in the location is astounding. And especially after a lot of different things that Indianapolis, unfortunately, politically have done that is not the best in the world. However, Gen Con still makes it known that when you go to their convention, you're welcome. Everybody is welcome to their gaming table. It doesn't matter what color your skin is, where you're from, what your sexual orientation, what your nationality, anything. Everybody is welcome at the table at Gen Con, as they are at my table. And I'm hoping that when they do the 20th anniversary, they'll make mention of it, and there'll probably be some stuff around the city to celebrate this milestone. So I expect to see some of the stuff from that, and if I do, I'll make sure you see it too. Okay, next up, because I had this added last minute. So eBay and TCG Player are doing another scavenger hunt, and I'm going to go treasure hunting. Last year, they hit about 10 boxes. Each box had its own theme, and you were able to get a lot of collectibles, whether it be from Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering, all these different other card games. And they're doing it again this year. So they're going to be hiding these things all throughout the convention center, and you got to try and find them. And I think last year it got down to the wire to see if somebody got the last box. And hopefully I can actually try to find it. I will be more than happy to take you guys on a bit of a search as well. And we can check out all the different rooms and see if we can find it. And if we do, all right, now let's go into my bucket list. Now, these are the things I'm going to be trying to accomplish at Gen Con this year, and hopefully I can. If not, then there's always next time. First off, I am going to try and at least play 2 games of Commander. I know that sounds a bit small, but the reason why is that I will be doing a lot of demos and everything, and plus with the Lorcana event I'm signed up for Friday, and the now in the Villainous events, that might give me a little less time to play Commander. But I'm going to try and at least get 2 games in while I'm up there. And this includes from Tuesday night all the way through Monday. So I got time. And the reason why I like playing Commander up there is that a few years ago, I was chosen by Legion Games to play a game of Commander with Sheldon Menery, the godfather of the format, and Olivia Gobert-Hicks, who is on the EDH committee. And I had a blast doing it. And I love playing Commander. And I have several Commander decks I'm going to be taking with me, including a special one. Because with that one, I got the Hobbit deck. And I am going to keep that deck because I love the Lord of the Rings movie. When my wife and I first got together and we first had our own little place, we moved out and had our own place together. We laid on a mattress on the floor, didn't have much. Laid a mattress on the floor and had this small TV, and we watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy on this TV through a DVD player. And it's very sentimental to me. Like, Lord of the Rings definitely has a place in my heart because of that. And so when the set came out for Magic the Gathering, I wanted to build a deck for Lord of the Rings characters. So I have an Aragorn deck that has a lot of my favorite characters, but then I also have the Hobbits deck, the Food and Fellowship deck, that I'm going to make some changes to. And I'm going to bring that to Gen Con. And that's going to be a special deck because everybody I play against at Gen Con and anybody I get demos from for games, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them to sign a card. And that will be my commemorative thing for Gen Con 2023. So it's going to be a deck full of signed cards at the end. And I'm going to enjoy every minute of it, meeting people and getting them to sign the cards in it. And it will be a nice, awesome keepsake for Gen Con 2023. So if you see this video and if you happen to play against me at Gen Con in the Commander events, Or if you're part of a demo team and you demo me a game, I'll be more than happy to get you to sign a card in my Hobbit deck, and I will be thanking you for it, and it'll be something that I will keep for a very long time. Next, speaking of new games, I'm going to try and find at least 5 new games to demo. Should not be hard at Gen Con. I'll have a list coming up for games that I'm looking for at Gen Con, what I'm going to be looking forward to demoing and also possibly purchasing. But 5 games, and try to focus on them being like 2-player, so my wife and I can play them during date nights, but also games for our gaming group as well, and also solo games, because I want to do more playthroughs here on the channel. But at least 5 demos, and each of those demos, I will do my best to have a video for each one of them. Trust me, when the end of Gen Con happens, you're going to be seeing a lot of Gen Con videos on this thing. So I might have a week to where I just try and just whoo and relax. But you will see a lot of videos for demos here on the channel, and hopefully I get at least 5, so we'll see what happens. It's the King Kong Bundy rule. He never wanted 3, he always wanted 5. Okay, next item on the bucket list concerns food. I mean, I'm a big guy, I'm trying to lose weight, but I still got to eat while I'm up there, and I'm going to try my best to find a restaurant or to find a food truck that offers something I have never tried before. Now, there are usually between 30 to 50 food trucks that go through Indianapolis, Indiana during Gen Con each and every year, and they have a bit of a food truck rodeo. In addition to this, there's so many different eateries that are around downtown that even I'm still discovering them after all these times going up to the event. So I am making it a point at Gen Con to go to some place or to have some sort of food item I have never tried before and try it out, taste it, see what I think about it. And who knows, it might be somewhere that you want to go when you're passing through Indy for travel, whether it be to a concert, convention, or just going passing through to see family. Either way, I will find a place that you may want to check out on your next adventure. Okay, last but certainly not least on my bucket list, and this is going to tie into the True Dungeon experience. So, since I'll be doing True Dungeon as a bag checker, and I'm taking the late shift. So from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m., I'll be checking in bags for people who are about ready to go on an adventure throughout the dungeon and hopefully make it out and claim their bag at the very end. And I want to try and do my best to put as many smiles on as many people's faces during that time. Because you got to think, it's late in the day. A lot of these players will be coming through. They've already had a day full of gaming, going through the exhibit hall, going through all the different events they've signed up for before then. And they get to True Dungeon. And I could tell you from experience, when I was going late in the day, about 10, 11 o'clock at night, your body starts going, "We're shutting down in 5. What are you doing? Go to bed." And it can really get you a little bit. But you need that kind of pick-me-up and that kind of just jolt of energy to make it through. And with me last year when I was doing it, it was just the excitement of going through the dungeons and being able to interact with the characters that are involved and the people that make True Dungeon a special event each and every year. And this year I get to be a part of that. Now, I'm not in the dungeon and I'm not a role-playing character or anything like that. I'm just a bag checker. But you know what? I'm going to do my best to make people smile while I'm there. And I'll be like, "Hey, would you like to check your bag before going into the dungeon?" "No, that's perfectly fine. If the dragon digests it, don't worry, we'll get it when it comes about on the other end." Or, "Yes, you would like to check in your bag? Sure. Do we have any problem selling your items in case you get destroyed by a monster while you're in the dungeon?" "No? Okay, good." Just do stuff like that is what I'm going to plan on doing. I want to do stuff to where I can interact with the players and just maybe get a smile on their face. Because it's one thing too, is it's like each and every person that's involved in True Dungeon, whether it be the person that checks you in, bag checker, the person that instructs you how to get ready for your adventure, all the way to the person passing out treasure at the very end. Each and every person has the chance to set the tone for the evening or for the event. And I have seen events to where people go, "Okay, yeah, you want that? Sure. All right." And to me, I can't do that. I'm not going to go, "Would you like to check your bag?" "Okay. Here you go. See when you get back out." I got to have fun with it. I've always had fun with that stuff, and I've always had fun interacting with people. And that's what I'm going to plan on doing, is that my goal, while I'm doing the bag checking and all, and just in general for Gen Con, I want to make as many people as I can smile and make a lot of people laugh. So whether it be as a bag checker at True Dungeon, as a player in a commander game, as a villain in Villainous for Ravensburger, as a illusionist in Lorcana, or just as an attendee of the convention itself, I'm going to make you smile. I'm going to make you laugh. And hopefully I brighten your day. Because, you know, with this world, this day and age, we all could use a smile every once in a while. And hopefully I'll be able to give you one. All right, so that is my bucket list. And I know you're thinking, Dave, it's a short one. Well, the reason why is that since I'm doing a lot with True Dungeon and all, that does take up some time to where I could do like night things. There's a burlesque show I'd like to go to at some point. There's also concerts that are going on, but I'm not going to be able to do that this year. So that's on a future bucket list. I want to keep mine short and sweet this year to where I can accomplish it and go, hey, I did it. But also the other list I went through of what I'm expecting to see at Gen Con, I know it's a short list, but you know what? There's going to be so much more to see. I could sit here the entire time and go through each and every one of the booths, the major ones that are happening at Gen Con and all the events and everything, but there's a plethora of stuff that's going on. There's so much that'll be happening throughout the weekend. I'm not going to catch all of it, but I'm going to catch as much as I can. I'm going to do everything to show you the exhibit hall. I will show you the cosplay contest parade that happens on Saturday, if I can get a good spot. I will do everything I can within my power to show you as much of the convention as I possibly can. And I'm going to have fun doing it. And I hope you have fun as well, checking out everything that I see. And hopefully I can mark off and go, all right, saw the Skyship Weatherlight. Check. All right, saw Mini Disneyland at Ravensburger. Check. All right, became a cool villain. Check. Like, all that stuff. I would love to check it off my list and see if I was right about the predictions of what the booths may look like and what the convention itself might hold. And the biggest thing of all is I get to share it with all of you. And this year, going on my own, this will be the way that my wife Cindy will be able to watch Gen Con and see it through this camera, this phone that I film on each and every week. And she'll be able to see everything, as well as my friends, my family, and you guys. And hopefully you enjoy it. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you like it, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let everybody know the House Hedge Gaming is here for all of your gaming needs. So until next time, guys, stay safe and take care.